about. We should be better than that as far as I'm concerned. Now, this is my position, and I say why it will not be popular. If I want to fight anybody, I will get evidence. If the evidences are in windows and all that, I will go further to get better evidences. Until you get those evidences, that is how you can do it. Let's even look at it like this. Oba is a respected person. If a Talakawas want to fight an elite, do you just fight an elite just by talking about? No. You go extra mile and get evidences. That is how you can nail them. In Lagos State today, a prince of the former king of Lagos State has been jailed, sent to the gallows because he committed a sin. It happened in Lagos State. Kings in Lagos State, even under this current man, have been sent to jail because they were involved in kidnapping matters. Kings in Nigeria have been sent to jail because they've been able to establish rape cases against them. Kings in Nigeria are currently in court and in detention because they installed wrong people. And because even a king had the audacity to be beating an elders, and he went everywhere in Ogun State. This shows that there is law in Nigeria. And it comes into effect when you have evidences and you throw it out, and these people you want to fight, they have no way to run away. Now, my beautiful Egbon said something earlier. He said, how can even a man will come to the public and you now come and tell the public, or you tell someone that I slept with a woman, when the woman is not a prostitute by profession, when the woman is not an omidon, a virgin, or a beast, a married person, who in his right senses, whether Oba or no Oba, will come out and say, I slept with such person. And even when there is a controversy that has to do with paternity of the child. So whoever came out lately, I believe the Oba, if it is so much, his image has been battered, he should act accordingly. People should begin to discern. One of the undoing of most of the people in this J4M is we are less discerning than we should be. That is why some actors, some clowns, some people that have no pedigree will come and sell lies, and people will celebrate them. Until they are beating black and blue, they will now be coming out to say, we want this. You don't want anything, because you refuse to look at situation and dissect it. That is for me on the case of Oba, because I've been hearing this thing, and I'm always very, very reluctant to react on things like this. And I ask myself, people have been dragging this man. Yes, that time, I remember on Papariano's platform, there was a letter that was written from his Council of Chiefs disclaiming that they have anything to do with anybody, and also said they will employ the police to do the right thing. What else do we want him to do? Until we see him coming out to come and talk to press, he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that. He has done that in black and white, through his lawyers, through everything. Therefore, if anyone, just like his last communication then, that says everybody to cease and desist. That was what he did before they began to arrest some TikTokers. Cease and desist. If you have evidence, bring it. If you don't have, you don't say what you don't know. They continued. And the law took effect. Their matter is still in case. Will they win him? They can never win him. Because all these people that were talking, even when they question them, they begin to do blah, blah, blah. We should not fall into that thing. If anybody have any evidence against this man, it is no news that Obas have been arrested, jailed in Nigeria. It is no news that even governors, even people that are highly placed, have been found wanting by violating laws that they've not been punished in Nigeria. If that is so on this matter, I will simply advise people, rather than celebrating unconfirmed story rather than celebrating something we don't even have knowledge of, that we ourselves we are picking up from the air. Let those people alleging, let them go and get evidences and put it out. When we see those evidences and we can see like light and day that the difference is clear like 7-Up, then we can then come with our support, our English, our analysis to it. But until then, I will advise people, stay clear, because it is a legal issue. It is a legal issue. And the man, as I've said last year, the man has right to bite if he feels someone have somehow brought defamation or injured his personality. Nobody should cry, because if you really want to fight the power, get ready to fight the power with evidences. Thank you very much. I'll speak on the next topic.
A beautiful as ever. Hold on before you go. Please, guys, just stay steadfast and keep tapping and keep sharing. Let's enjoy the show. But that's a beautiful submission. African TV, keep it brief so that we can allow Dolly P to speak. Let's just make it, a round robin in that fashionable way. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So far on this subject today, the takeaway is the Oba should come out. Representatives, whether true or false that they are giving us narratives. Somebody should invite the Oba on CNN, on Arise, on NTA. Come and clear your name. The fact that Veron was arrested by the Oba, allegedly, if I'm correct, Veron is now speaking. It looks like in support of the Oba. For me, that is questionable. The fact that you were already arrested, anything you say, whether true or false, will be difficult to accept. We don't know if Veron is speaking from a point of truth or if he's speaking from a point of durex. I want to hear from the king himself, telling us the truth according to what he knows. Now, the only thing that I find so far from the lady that came out recently that disgusts me is the fact that the king, according to her, said, go and do the DNA first. And if the baby does not belong to Mohbad, how we do DNA? It doesn't make sense. That is very, very highly nonsensical. And I'm appealing to the kingship in the interest of all the other kings, because I'm a traditionalist. I love my kings. I love my elders, my leaders. And I want to that faith that kings are kings. Stand tall, Obelegushi, go on Arise, go on NTA, go on TVC, speak your truth, and begin to arrest anybody arrestable, because this lady that came out speaking, for me, what she said doesn't make sense. It does not depict the truth about the royalty. And if in fact, like she said, that you really bang Wunmi, it's, that would be a personal issue between the two of you. And the spirit of Mohbad will judge whoever defiled his wife. But until the king speaks, I don't want to listen to anybody talking about he said, she said, he did not. The king is paramount, is a strong subject matter, and nobody should be speaking for the king. I don't care about spokesman, PRO, whatever you are. This matter is too sensitive for anybody to come and speak, because you speak, we don't know if you're saying the truth. And whatever you say can be reversed tomorrow that the king did not send you. So it has come to a point that everybody, and I'm urging the whole world, call out the king. Give us an interview. Let's hear from you. People say the baby look like you. Tell us it's not yours. People say you banged Wunmi. Tell us you did or you did not. Only you, the king, Elegushi, can clear your name. We don't need spokesmen. We don't need PR. We don't need marketing. We don't need suspected, arrested, on bail spokesmen. We don't need those crap. We need you straight from the horse's mouth. That's my point. Thank you, sir.
So African TV, thanks for that, because there are a number of aspects we need to look at. I think when I'm looking at a comment section, what people don't understand. Hold on. Yeah.
Please quickly oblige me one thing. Just one statement.
Aristocrat,
Okay.
let me quickly follow.
Okay, hold on, Aristocrat. Go on, Aristocrat. Go on.
I think in looking at this thing, just like Passerby, the king have taken some people to court. If someone takes some people to court, they were talking passionately then that they have evidences, and they got to court and they don't have any evidences. Do you think the king still have to convince anybody? If it is
all right, okay, yeah. So let me just kind of wrap something up a bit, and then we'll move on. So not too long ago, we had Justice for Mohbad, and they wanted a lawyer out. And then they wanted to keep lawyer. People were fighting. Who was the lawyer? The lawyer eventually came out on TikTok, right? Because really, in terms of defamation on one side, trying to set the record straight, we human beings are always very good at saying, why should he come out and say anything? Look, even Donald Trump, the president, the biggest president in the world, the ruler of the world, comes on TikTok and debunks anything he has to debunk on daily basis, on hourly basis. So let's not sort of like put a process in place and actually think that this black app is so useless and is so not it. It is it, because you have prominent people, you have people who are instrumental in ruling our world that still come on this black app to state the fact, debunk what needs to be debunked, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's the president of South Africa, So, the thing is, there is always going to be a process where someone is saying, if you don't have anything to hide. And I don't think it's an element of having something to hide. Now, this thing has been going on almost 2 years now. We've done 18, 19 months, 20 months. It's almost 2 years, right? We saw the aspect of Wumi, the Cynthia girl. And the same thing we go with the inquest. We have the inquest being open-ended, and aspect of it that can be debunked and actually have issues that can be closed and never closed. So as long as it remains open-ended, there is emergence of
stupid submission. It looks like the Oba. I've seen people say it looks like what's this other guy? The one that was killing somebody. Oh, sorry, don't let me talk. The one that said we're allegedly buying people.